The concept of masculinity and manhood is something that's been passed down for generations, for thousands and thousands of years, from fathers to their sons. But the place that manhood and masculinity is at today, with the new wave of feminism and social media, and just honestly, media in general, from TV to movies to I was gonna say comic books, like people don't fucking read comic books no more, but I mean, you know what I mean? Everything around you is basically mentally neutering your manhood. And today we're gonna talk about exactly how that's happening.
Why she got your balls in her purse, bro?
Balls in her motherfucking purse. She's just looking at her girlfriend like, hey, guess what I got, girl? His motherfucking balls right in my fucking purse. Does it feel good? I don't think so. I mean, maybe you feel lighter now that you don't have your fucking balls. But then again, what's the difference? Because if it was that easy to take, then it probably didn't weigh anything. Anyways. No, but seriously, the other day I was watching a movie, man. And this is not even a recent movie. It's some shit came out a couple years ago. And it's with Steve Carell, which is this dude who plays like the average chump in like every movie, let's be honest. Every movie he plays that same role. But I just ended up watching this movie, and it's basically about this nerdy dude who his wife cheats on him and I think leaves him. He ends up meeting like some ladies man and learning from him, and he learns how to be a dick and learns how to be aloof basically. And then finally chicks, other chicks start dating him. And you know what happens? It starts off great. I'm actually enjoying this movie. I'm like, hell, this is relevant. This is what the fuck I do. So I'm watching it. I'm watching him learn and go through the transformation and becoming from a beta to an alpha. But you know what happens at the end? In the end, he decides that, oh, no. All this great pussy with new women, new beautiful women is not the way he wants to go.
It doesn't complete me.
It doesn't complete him. In fact, not only does it not complete him, but he actually ends up making some big speech at the end to get his wife back. He is sent. No, it gets worse, man. It gets worse.
Oh my
Here's
God.
what really killed me. Here's where
Holy
the
shit,
sword
dude.
just went through my spleen, bro. I was watching it, and essentially, she cheated on him, and he basically, during the speech, in front of everybody, mind you, talks about how he recognizes that it was his fault for not being man enough. For not being man enough that she left and went out and got some other dick. Now, this is something that's not even that uncommon. You see this shit on TV all the time. Like, oh, I've heard fake alpha dudes say shit like, yo, bro, women only cheat if you don't keep shit, if you don't handle your shit and all this type of shit. Which is true to an extent, but ultimately, a lot of it is just, it's just a way to fuck your manhood over and to just steal it from you and to just frame shit in a way where you're constantly coddling to females all the fucking time. That's just the way it's set up, because ultimately, the system ain't here to benefit you. It's here to keep you down. So it's way easier to control these soulless bitches than it is to control us men. So you have to understand that it's not a coincidence that women have such an advantage in the legal system. So what are your thoughts on this, man?
They bring us down to their level, man. It's almost like
You ever seen that movie, yo?
that Steve
I think
Carell
it's
movie.
called Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, Crazy Stupid Love. It sounds familiar, man.
If you want to
I
craze your
remember-
eyes out,
Oh my God.
go ahead and look that
I remember
movie up,
watching
guys.
bits and pieces of something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
If you want to save your sanity, you can just watch like the first hour. That's the decent part of the movie. That narrative itself, it just kills me. Just the whole narrative of like, if you went out to cheat, you lied. So the wrong is on you. You can't just now flip it to the man, which is what's
it's my fault.
constantly happening. It's like if I fuck some other bitch, if I cheat, which I don't even do monogamous shit like that, but if I was to say cheat and fuck some other bitch,
Quote
I'm not
unquote
gonna,
cheat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, it's because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do, whoa. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I cheated. I fucked some other bitch.
Cause I wanted to fuck some other bitch though.
Yeah, because we take
I'm a
responsibility
fucking man, like,
for our actions, which that's part of our manhood, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm tired of being shamed for my sex drive. I'm tired of being shamed for how many or just for leaving the possibilities open to meet different girls and to fucking get to know different people. Like, girls be trying to play the card where it's like, oh, slut shaming and this and that with this new wave feminism shit. But then when it comes to guys, they flip it around. When it's a guy they like, all of a sudden,
Fucking man whore.
exactly.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, you a manhole. You
What happened
fucking,
to all
you
that
got all
open,
these bitches. Blah blah blah.
non-judgmental?
Yeah, talking about not being judgmental, but like if I'm talking to multiple women and I like to have multiple like sexual partners and shit like that, all of
She
a
calls
sudden
you
now I'm a
man
manhole.
Oh yeah, also do not ever let bitches call you a man whore or a man slut. I know there's a lot of dudes out there who be like, fuck it, I'll troll and take the fucking title, but I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in a man whore. A whore is someone who opens their legs or, who opens their legs to have sex for something in exchange. Men cannot do that. We can't open up, nigga, go outside. I want you to go outside to your nearest block and just take your pants off and let me know how that goes for you. Let me know if you can attract women by doing that shit. You can't. That's why ultimately men who can get a lot of women are valued. If a man can get a bunch of women, there has to be some inherent value. Either he's good looking or he's charming or he's fucking has
He
status
brings
or
something to the table. He always brings
Exactly.
something to the table, as
If
opposed to
exactly.
as opposed to like a girl, for example. Like it doesn't take any skills to
Fuck 100
get dick.
dudes.
Like getting dick is a skillless task. Like a girl could fucking throw a rock out a window and hit a nigga who wants to fuck her. You know what I'm saying, with the rock. So there's no skill involved in getting
Yeah,
some
that's a
nigga to
good way
fuck
of
you.
putting it. Hell yeah.
So stop letting these bitches shame you, man. Don't be ashamed, man. You like what you like. You have a sex drive. You're a man. Keep your balls out of her purse.
One thing I wanted to touch on is just as men, let's be honest. This isn't a podcast to hold anything back. We are physically superior and we're mentally superior. We have the highest technical, analytical capability. If you don't believe me, there was now I don't believe in all reality shows. I'm just gonna say this, but there was like I think a Survivor in another country. I think it was Britain. It was a UK Survivor show. Y'all want to hear this one? So it was men versus women. So they basically took a bunch of men and stranded them out into an island, and then they took a bunch of women and stranded them out to an island, and they were supposed to build shelter and get their shit together so they don't starve to death on the show, of course.
Yeah. Some real Lord of the Flies shit.
So the guys all cooperated, they built a shelter. By the end of it, they got a fire, they're eating, they're like, yeah, man, they're all having this, this dude bro fucking camaraderie. And then, what do you know? They pan over to the chicks, and what do you see?
Complete chaos.
Madness. One bitch, all these bitches are starving. One bitch is slapping her period-stained panties on a rock. She's freaking out because she don't got no clean underwear. Another chick is trying to scatter for food. Another chick is like crying, having a meltdown or some shit. It's just a fucking mess. So it's obvious our advantage is, our left brain, mechanical, logical capability. That's why we take self-responsibility and why we have such a hard time dealing with, the flip-flopping emotional moment-to-moment, ways of a female. That's where our frustration comes in. But as a man, society is telling you to, to limit that part of you and to just mold to the bullshit around you instead of having a solid foundation of manhood and shit that you don't fucking go for.
Look at all these niggas getting me too'd. I don't like to fucking touch on celebrity gossip or all this fuckery that the mass media, like churns out, all the new fucking scandal and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But we can't ignore where shit is going. And I feel like there's this unknown source, like I don't know why it's happening, but there's like a shift happening towards, like, the natural order is being upset. Like, guys are being shamed for going up to girls in public, or guys are being shamed for even flirting with girls in general. Now you get in trouble for that shit at work or certain places. So you have to be real careful.
Very femininely.
Exactly. Like, we have to tone everything down. Like, we're not allowed to fucking just say what we want to say.
But I have to say, also, being feminine isn't just like being a little bitch or coming off, whatever the case. This is being emotional in general. So there are dudes out there where they'll go up to a chick and catcall her, and then when they get rejected, pretty much every single girl has a story where they reject a dude, and the dude, like, does not take it well, calls her a bitch or some shit, or just You know, all that type of shit, it happens, especially in a city like New York. If you're from New York, you see all that type of shit happening. And that shit isn't masculine. It's not masculine to go up to a chick, then she says something, and you get all emotional, and you're cursing her. That shit isn't masculine. You're being like a bitch yourself because you're just getting so easily affected by your environment. As a man, you're supposed to always be firm in your shit and just calm and composed. At the end of the day, if your biggest advantage of, you know, of the two sexes, of the duality, is your left brain, you know, that analytical, logical side of you, then you gotta embrace that shit to the utmost fucking, you know, tier, because that's your fucking advantage as a man.
Yeah, now I'm not saying that fucking just going up to a chick is the object of being a man, like the objective of being a man, but I'm fighting for the right to be able to fucking approach a girl if you want to talk to her. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, let's be honest. If the whole mating process was left up to women, we would fucking cease to exist as a species. Girls would not walk up to us. Girls would not make the moves to know how to get us. Girls do not know how to get men. So it's the responsibility falls on our shoulders, and we're just being ashamed. We're being shamed for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of getting shamed for taking the responsibility of making shit happen. Because men make shit happen. Girls just wait for us to charm them and sweep them off their feet all the time. That's exactly how it goes. So I don't want to hear no shit about guys going up to girls or guys approaching girls, flirting with girls. Because like at the end of the day, if we didn't do that, what would happen?
Yeah, a bunch of fucking wallflowers looking at each other.
But like my man said, just going up to a girl doesn't make you a man, though. It's how you carry yourself, and never be fucking needy. Never feel like the need that you like. Don't be results based when it comes to talking to girls. If you're so focused on if she likes you or getting somewhere with this girl, you're already like fucking, you already got the wrong mindset going in. Like, you just have to fucking stay consistent with your shit.
Yeah.
And don't tiptoe around a girl. Don't fucking be afraid to say how you feel or what you think. Because at the end of the day, she gonna respect you for just being honest. And I've always been respected by girls for speaking my mind of like, I keep it a buck with chicks. I never fucking bullshit and, you know, hide any of like what I really think about things, worried about like if she's gonna cut me off or if she's gonna fucking get mad at me. I just put it all out there, and I'm always respected for that shit. So just know that you don't ever have to feel like you have to, you know, play it safe with girls, because they're mad fucking understanding. Like, they're not gonna fucking, even if she has a bad reaction, if you fucking handle that shit like a man, she's just gonna fucking, 15 minutes later, she's gonna feel you haven't even fucking said that, bro. It's like it never fucking happened, bro.
Yeah, if you that person, if you that nigga, definitely. Because ultimately, it's like the energy in which you could say some crazy shit, but if you say it calm and you stay composed, because that's your advantage, right? It's like if women are super emotional, right, that's like they're leaning towards the duality, right? So if they're super emotional, our leaning is more like logical and analytical. So we should embrace that shit. So when shit gets real, you have to be able to always communicate, because like that's like one of the most important things. People always talk about alpha in terms of like how you posture or all the regular shit you type. The regular shit you always type, you know, you hear all the time. So but the real kind of alpha, one of the most realest kinds of alpha, is someone who's able to express themselves in any kind of situation. When you can like verbally express yourself calmly without letting your nerves show or whatever the case, and whatever the situation is with the girl, that's when you're really a fucking alpha, because then you could get caught with a bitch on the street and you have nothing to hide. You just look at the situation calmly and you're not freaking out.
Put your fucking poker face on and keep your composure, my man.
Exactly, because you're a logical fucking being. That's your biggest advantage over any other creature on this planet. So why would you now suddenly, when it comes to girls, act like a fucking female and follow the emotions of everything? You have to, it's a bit of a battle sometimes, and you have to enjoy both sides, and you have to, you know, balance both sides. But ultimately, you know your biggest advantage, and it's always going to be there to be leaned on. That's what it's there for, so fucking do so. Stop letting these bitches slap me around, man. I'm tired of the stories, man. They break my heart every time.
Not only that, but keep your composure, man. You have to know that the tactics of girls is like getting under your skin, and they know like they're such like emotional creatures that they go for the jugular when it comes to emotions. So they know how to fucking
Yeah, and they'll play
get
stupid.
exactly play stupid and get under your skin. So don't let her get you out of character, man. Don't let her see fucking weakness, my man, because she's gonna fucking exploit your weakness, and then next thing you know, like we said, yo, your balls on her purse.
Here's what you do. You go to your nearest mirror. All right, you say, "What up, mirror?" The mirror says, "What up?" You look at yourself. You be like, "Damn, you a sexy motherfucker." All right, then you look at yourself and you give your mirror your best poker face, your best just serious face. Like imagine some bitch just walked in on you with 3 other bitches. Imagine the face you're gonna have. You might immediately imagine a sitcom or some goofy shit, but that's the exact opposite of what you do. You sit there, you look in the mirror, and you just give your calm, masculine face, and then you learn to just talk neutrally like this. Because the moment when you express yourself for the female and you feel your emotions rile up, it's going to be very difficult for you to now cover it. That's why you have to get very good at conditioning yourself to just speak neutrally. Like I could speak neutrally right now. I could talk to a girl right now. But if I get upset, my voice might start climbing, or I might be like, "Yo, what the fuck? Why you fucking did this? Like I came out here," like all that type of shit. When you should really always be able to just naturally communicate like this. Whenever that's your biggest advantage. Their biggest advantage is to go like and cry and break down and get people to feel bad for them. That's their strength. Your strength is to remain fucking calm, like a Buddhist fucking monk. Hell, read some Buddhist book, man. Don't sleep on history. There's a lot of dudes. That's another thing about the media. They make history sound like everyone's a fucking moron, ancient. But a lot of the shit you read, they would know it, man. A lot of dudes, they knew, man. They knew these bitches weren't shit, man. Confucius was like, these bitches ain't shit.
But yeah, never feel like you have to fucking explain yourself in a way where you're in trouble if you don't. You know what I mean? Never frame it and it was like, oh, I gotta what my man said. If she walks in on you and you were 3 girls, never feel like, what do I do now? Like just by you being in that mindset, it's like you're doing something wrong. You're not doing something wrong. All you have to do is explain your truth to her and explain why like that shit is that like just be like, listen, I'm a man. I love beautiful women. That's something that's always gonna be a part of me. I love beautiful women. I see the beauty in women. Why would I fucking let you shame me for that? So if you wanna fucking turn around and walk out and let me fuck these 3 bitches, I'm gonna fuck these 3 bitches. Or you can stay and I can fuck 4 bitches. It's up to you. But I'm just saying, never fucking play the I'm in trouble role.
Yeah, no, exactly, for sure. Just you should not let her see you sweat, and it's difficult because these bitches is crazy. And if you slack on them, which is like, it's hard not to, because come on, you're not always going to be in the mindset of just going out and fucking mad chicks. Sometimes you want to chill for a bit. And then when you start doing that, you start having a chick around the house all the time. Then she starts getting entitled. And it's harder to stay in your masculine energy, which is why I always advise personally to have your own fucking crib, have your own place, because women, they're emotional, dude, and we live in a sun, moon, dualistic reality. So the most is not always going to stay high. It don't matter how alpha you are, how smooth you are, big your dick is, how good your sex game is. Emotions are going to drop. And if you're around a woman, they don't have that left brain logical ability to be like, hey, stop being a dick to this man that you say you love, you stupid bitch. There's nothing in them that says that. So you have to accept that and decide that if you live with a woman, you're going to have to deal with your negative emotions and hers. So really consider that shit before you pull the trigger on any. First of all, I don't even advise marriage, but it's just living with a chick in general. It's the same fucking experience.
Keep your independence, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because when she's in the house, she's getting upset. You have no sanctity as a man. It's very difficult for you not to end up pleading or just basically being like, dude, I just want fucking peace. And then she's going to look at you with a dumb face. And then you're going to make up until the next time it happens again. It's just a big fucking pain in the ass.
Fucking cycle, endless vicious cycle of fucking shit that you have to put up with because you have nowhere else to go, because now this chick is in your house and you're domesticated like a fucking farm animal.
A domesticated farm animal, man. That's how it's. And then what's even worse is you have cultural jokes that add to it, like, oh man, I gotta get back home to the wife and all this goofy ass shit. Don't ever say no goofy shit. I don't care how many goofy other motherfuckers laugh at it. It's not cool, man. That shit is not cool. Cause think about it. You know, if everything's duality, if I chase a girl and then I attract her, what happens? She tries to tie you down. That's what happens every single time. I know if you're listening to this right now, if you fuck a lot of bitches, you know they all try to tie you down.
Always.
Within 90 days, 3 months. I never made. If you really that dude, you cannot go past 3 months without them.
Put a fucking timer on your phone, counting it down,
and they'll always
like
try to
clockwork.
give you ultimatums and all that type of shit.
What are we? What are we? The infamous "What are we" speech. You gotta remember that men have fucking millions of sperm, and women only have two fucking eggs.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm sorry, my fault. I was gonna go somewhere with that. I fucking forgot. I was gonna say, like, when we attract them, they start chasing us, right? So if you start off being the one to attract them and to chase them, let's be honest, then their job is to keep you. Okay? Your job is to get them, and then their job is to keep you. That's how you have to frame it. And you have to use your left brain to make them jump through hoops because they don't have the initiative skills to do it themselves. And that's a blessing and a curse. Because I can make a chick booty clap in front of me and wear a bunch of cute ass shit, but a lot of times you gotta be the one to say it. And you gotta be on top of that shit. As you see fit, of course. But sometimes you do just want to be like, bitch, just show up in some sexy ass shit. I don't want to tell you all the fucking time, you lazy ass bitch. How you just sit, these bitches just wake up in the morning like, okay, so what are we doing today? Bitch, what are you doing today to make me happy? That's, y'all don't understand. People don't understand. You're going against billions of people. You know, you're going against thousands of years of conditioning, so much media, so many dollars spent to condition everyone to be this way. So the amount that you have to be the shit to change a fucking bitch is dramatic. But you also have to weed out the chick and make sure that, like, you know, every bitch ain't shit to a degree, but you have to find the chicks that are the least ain't shit, if that makes sense. A chick with a good base. You know, a good calm base. It's like, oh, you don't go out every weekend. You're not an alcoholic. You know, a decent fucking base that you could work with.
Open-minded, etc.
Because bitches love following your masculinity. They love when they're like, oh, shit, like, look at how fucking technical he is. Like, he tells me to get down on my knees and do this and do that and do that. And they love doing that shit. But you have to condition yourself out of trying to please her and instead condition yourself into coming up with assignments for the bitch to do to please you, ultimately. Because that's where she's going to derive her greatest pleasure from, if you are the shit.
Because think about it, like, we do all the work when it comes to the whole process of getting shit done, like I said earlier.
Yeah, hell yeah, I don't even
so
think
if
about
I'm
it.
doing all the fucking work, then I have to do all the work and I have to fucking focus on making you happy on top of that.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's like shit stacked up back to back. Nah, how about I do all the work. Now you find me amazing, bitch, right? I now learn how to fucking play the game yourself and fucking get me to stay around. It's the same thing. Like, yo, like, we gotta do better, man. Like, we have to make them work and us work less because we working way too fucking hard. We be working way too hard for millennia.
Half the day is what? It's fucking dark, and then half the day is light out. It ain't light out for 15 fucking 17, 18 hours, and then dark for a little bit. Bitch, you have to frame this dualistic aspect for when, you know, when they tie you down. If you decide to get a little more serious with a chick, you have to be ready to be in your masculine frame for when their emotions inevitably drop. And just in general, yeah. Now, I want you guys to think about something for a second. Have you ever noticed that, like, when you play around with a girl, a lot of times they go too far. Like you could goof around with a girl and then suddenly she's getting a little bit too entitled, or maybe she slaps you a little too hard, and you're like, what the fuck? This
girls, I take your hat off. Stop taking my fucking hat off. Who told you to touch my hat?
I'm sorry. That's like a hood nigga rule. Don't ever take the hat off a dude who grew up in the hood. You know how long we spent looking? That's like if I just went up to you and snatched one of your fucking rollers out your head, you dumb bitch.
Like,
Oh,
yo,
I
man, I
snatched
tipped this
some
shit
shit.
perfect like
Don't
T.I.,
make
yo.
no
I put this
sense.
shit at a perfect angle. You gonna take T.I.'s hat off
Dude,
at the perfect
T.I.'s
angle, bitch?
I love how that dude's hat is just always perfectly to the side. Looks like any little brush would drop that shit off, but
Shit
it
is
just never.
floating
I
on the
think
air.
it's just a South nigga talent. I don't know. The South niggas different, man. They got them hat levitating abilities.
Go on, continue about the fucking.
No, yeah, exactly. Like I was saying, basically, like if you notice, when you start to act, when you start to act feminine or emotional, they start to act masculine. But when you start to act masculine and you start to act more serious, or at times you you react to everything with a much more authoritative manner. It's not just, oh yeah, what? Like you're like she says your name and then you're like, oh yeah, baby. Like you just turn real quick. Like no, everything is just a lot more chill and calm. When you're more masculine, that makes her what? More feminine. They usually kind of back up a bit, like, oh shit, okay, he's acting calm. I'm gonna kind of reflect that back to him. Ultimately, women reflect your emotions, man. They reflect your emotions. So if you act super emotional, they start acting emotional back. But they start acting masculine. Let's be honest. They just,
Yo, man, you ever seen a
it's
nigga?
terrible.
You ever seen
Even the
a?
nicest girls.
You ever seen a dude get completely emasculated in public?
Yeah. Oh my God, I seen that shit just the other week, man. Why, you got a story for us? Because if you don't, I do.
I was thinking about that time you told me about the Nick. Wait, what
That's
she do?
exactly
She
what I was thinking about. Oh my God. All right, quick story. We gotta end this shit soon. So this is the last story. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Brooklyn's been getting gentrified by a lot of, hipsters and whatnot. So
OD transplants.
I was near a hipster kind of area, and there's a lot of bars and whatnot. So I'm walking down the street, and typically when I'm around this area, there's nothing bad going on or anything like that. It's like 3 p.m. All of a sudden, I hear some screaming going up the street, and I realize like it's some chick yelling and shit. So I walk up the block, and then suddenly I see a chick going down the street. She's some blonde chick in like kind of businessy clothes, and she's an attractive chick, and she's with some dude. And he's like in a collar shirt, a white collar shirt. It looks a little bit like ruffled up, and he's walking with like this stupid kind of guilty face. And then she's basically, berating. Is that the word? Berating.
Yeah, berating, yeah.
She's disrespecting the shit out this nigga, just right in public in front of everybody. What really got to me is she said, she was just like, look at you, you look like a wrinkled napkin. Like, and as she says this, she puts her fucking hand up. But just the way it sounded, it's like this bitch was acting out a scene from Sex and the City or some shit. It almost seemed not real, especially because, just the time of when it was. And just, I'm gonna be honest, there was some black dude there, and I looked at him and I was like, yo, you see that shit right there? That shit look like a movie.
It's like she had no regard for this guy. Like, no
Exactly.
fucking, no type of ounce, not even an ounce of respect for this nigga.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you see a lot of crazy shit in the hood, but that was something a little different. I almost felt like shit. There was just a level of, like, prissiness that I wasn't typically used to all the time.
Yeah.
And just, no, let me not get it twisted. This is New York City. There are a lot of prissy ass chicks out here, but you're just not used to it because you're not the one to take that shit. So when you see another dude take that shit, and you see, like, just by taking it, you enable her to just get so crazy to where niggas like me see that shit and we can't even believe it because it's so far outside our reality.
Fucking flabbergasted, yo. If some bitch ever called me a wrinkled napkin, I will fucking...
Exactly.
Yo.
No, it's not even the freaking out thing, because you can be a super player and have some chick spill a drink, or like, you can have a chick freak out in public on you, but matter of fact, nah, fuck the drink shit. The drink shit is only if you don't know the bitch. But if you're actually going out with a chick, there's like none of my bitches would ever like just slap the shit out of me in public, or just emasculate me, like disrespect me verbally. They might get upset, but I weed those bitches out immediately. I'll purposely get bitches upset just to see if they're petty as fuck and if they'll say some shit to try and cut deep. Like I always try to test it. It's like
test these bitches out, man.
Yeah, dude. It's like this anime called yo, I'm Asian, so I fuck with anime, man. Death Parade. My boy Juice put me onto that shit.
Thanks.
I don't know if you ever seen it, but y'all should check it out. It's this anime about people when they die, they get judged on their morality by being pushed to do something really immoral, and to see how people react to that shit. So that's kind of what you have to do to these bitches sometimes. As unfortunate as it is, sometimes you really need to check to see, because it's better to be safe than frustrated as fuck.
Suffer the consequences later. And
Yes, sir. Oh man, you have any last thoughts before we wrap this up, Playboy? Manhood.
oh boy,
It's in danger.
you guys gotta remember, it's not about being super alpha dude, and that isn't what we mean by manhood. When we talk about manhood, we talk about firmness and consistency in your beliefs.
Hell
and
yeah.
in your fucking
Hell fucking yeah. My bad.
consistency in your beliefs, consistency in your purpose, consistency in your fucking in your goals, and just don't cave in. Don't fucking let yourself get bitched out in public. Don't let yourself get bitched out in private. Don't never fucking let this chick put your balls in her purse.
Yeah. And ultimately embrace that left brain solid, calm side of yourself. That's what, because I was lucky to have been born to have a father figure who, you know, he took a lot of shit from my mom. My mom bitched a lot growing up, let me not front. But there were certain things with my dad, a lot of things where he just showed me as a man to just be solid. Like he would always say, like before work or before some shit, he would come an hour beforehand, and he was dead serious. He was like old school. That was nothing. He would wait out in public. He don't need to look at no phone. He don't need to like be trying to look busy. None of that shit. And there was just this solidness in certain things that you're not gonna learn from a woman. You're not gonna learn from a woman that calmness to just be calm in certain situations and to see a man handle it without freaking the fuck out. You need to see that shit, and you need to pass that shit on to your offspring, because you can't be emotional like these bitches, and then your kids are gonna be fucked too. You wanna have fucked up kids? We say this shit like every podcast, because ultimately it isn't just about getting motherfuckers laid. Like, this affects everything in life, because everyone I know, their parents be having fucked up relationships. Who you know got parents that's really happy and together? Like, really, think about it. You know, it has a huge effect when you got a father getting bitched out by the mother. The daughter's witnessing that. She's taking that in. Now she's gonna bitch her future husband out. Then the son's taking that in. So now he's gonna get used to, oh well, that's just how it is to get bitched out, and everyone's getting fucked over. But especially you, nigga, especially in the courtrooms, and that's what we want you to avoid.
Saving these simp ass niggas one at a time.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, gentlemen, until next time, Alicia Best.
Peace out.
Peace.